Hello everyone, Chicken here, and the new patch, as well as the new season just came out, and it's like 2 a.m. for me. I was just about to go to bed, and then someone told me it's new, so I was like, okay, I'll do a patch, no recording video, so I'm pretty tired right now. But, I already actually opened the game. There was like a interesting cutscene thing, I'll probably replay it on a stream, but you get it whenever you open the game. I hate these lines talking over me, but it's okay. Anywho, new loading screen, new hero coming out. I don't even know what she does, but I assume I'll find out soon. Just want to give you guys my first initial reaction to everything. Also in events, a free Sylvana epic skin that I'm going to very much look forward to getting. And what you're all probably here for, the patch review. So let's get into that. I think it's down here. Let's look at system adjustments first. Lane matchmaking is now officially available. Players unlock this feature after reaching epic rank this season. Before starting matchmaking, select your preferred lane. Ooh. So if you're mythic rank before, you select 2 lanes. With certain lanes have storage, so they actually finally added role queue to the game. So I hope it still means it's filled. I can't actually show you guys, so I'll just show you later, but that's unfortunate I can't show you, but that's very cool. So there is role queue. You're still going to get griefers, you're still going to get dark system. There are people who are going to queue other roles for fun, and then they're going to suck on those roles and then lose you the game. But it will help. And it will really help in populated regions. I don't know how it will help NA or other low player count servers, but for those of you in Asia or other populated regions, you'll definitely enjoy that change a little more. You're still going to get griefers at the end of the day. People are evil. But I like that. It's a step in the right direction. So Rising, I don't care. Collection, hero collection, whatever, squad changes, lobby ID. Alright, nothing really game changing. Okay, battlefield adjustments. Battle creep clearing speeds. Cross junglers. We've increased the damage ratio of blessed jungling boots while making adjustments to heroes, particularly fast or slow creep clearing speeds. So the blessed boosts is 25 to 40, and the damage is increased by 100% for non-marksman heroes. So that's to probably prevent a hyper carry meta from coming back again, making the marksman nerfs, so people don't just play marksman and hyper funnel jungle. So yeah, I mean, the only real hero that gets affected by that is Granger. Granger jungle is probably even worse after this change. But the clearing speed is going to be a lot faster, I guess, for a lot of heroes. Turtle. So the move speed turtle thing, or the 15 seconds before turtle spawns, persists from 15 seconds before the turtle spawns until the turtle is killed. What does that mean? I don't really know what that means. I'm assuming it has to do with how long it actually stays, but I don't know the exact time, and it probably runs out even before the 15 seconds, but something to do with that. EXP lane siege minions significantly increase the XP granted during 2 to 5 minutes. So the reason it's 2 to 5 minutes is because if they made it the first few minutes, that would bring back the meta where you let tank leech your wave to get level 2 and you both hit 2. They make it 2 to 5 minutes, so that way the roam can't just come to your lane XP. Both of you get level 2 and level 4 faster, and then it makes turtle fight messy. But so they make it 2 minutes, 5 minutes, which is interesting. I don't know how much that'll help in terms of like XP lane. Like, yeah, just make you level up faster, I guess. It's going to make missing waves a lot more impactful. I didn't think about that. Because a lot of the professional meta right now is you ditch your wave to do like an optimal rotation. But now if you stay in the lane, you'll get a little bit more reward. So the EXP lane Scavenger Crab loses 15 seconds on respawn and is a lot squishier to kill, losing all its physical defense. That also makes it super squishy to penetration because it's 0. Penetration, if you didn't know, I don't know the exact math, but it does more damage the lower defense they have. That's the difference between that and penetration percent, or armor pen, like whatever you call it. Like Fury Hammer versus a Malefic Roar. The percentage won't make it 0, but Fury Hammer makes it negative, essentially. Gold lane, same thing, also makes squishier, but it also gives reduced gold, which I like. Not by much though, 20% is going to be noticeable, but since you clear it faster and it spawns quicker, in the long run, it's probably still fine. Molten Fiend, I'm assuming these are the base camps. I don't know exactly what... Oh, Molten and Thunder, I'm assuming it's just red and blue buff. So their first spawn time is a little delayed, probably to help balance the fact that they spawn... Or, I'm sorry, not spawn. But since you clear faster. But what that's going to create is that gives more time for people to cheese you at your first buff. What's going to happen in competitive with this change is you're going to see a lot more probably like Khalid, Chow, Hilda going straight to the buff because it's 25 seconds till it spawns. So there is more time for like mid lane or roams, even junglers, to grief your buff at the very start. So although it's supposed to counteract the buff change, it's going to be a lot of that. It's going to be super annoying for some junglers. The base HP increased, but that's also probably to help just the fact that you clear it faster. So everything has its base HP increased. I'm assuming how they did it was like, it gets kind of weird because they make them harder to kill you, so they do less damage. But you do a lot more damage to the camps, but they make it more HP. Like, why do you do that? Why do you add more HP to the camps after you buff the damage of your burn? You know, like, how does that make sense? Anywho, it's probably still a little way where it's a buff, but it's just weird in my opinion. Inspire. I don't really want to read all this. I'll just go to the stats. So 6 basic attacks. Ignores hybrid defense, so it's not just physical defense. And it goes from... How does the math change? Oh, the math changes to where it gives slightly less magic power reduction. Oh, okay. So basically what they changed Inspire was they made it 6 auto attack instead of 8, and they made it reduce hybrid defense, and they lowered the magic scaling ratio because of the fact that it also affects magic defense now. But the physical is the exact same. So it's probably a nerf to physical marksmans, and I don't know what magic hero would go Inspire. You don't go on Kimmy, that's for sure. Who would really go Inspire that does magic damage? Is there another magic marksman that I'm not thinking of? I mean, like maybe Sylvana. Like I could try on Sylvana, that'd be goofy. Honestly, it could go hard because like you reduce even more defense plus Sylvana passive. It might do insane damage actually. I might try that. But other than that, I can't think of who would actually utilize that more. So Retribution, the duration, thank God they finally nerfed the duration on Ice Retry and all the Retries, honestly. Ice Retry just gets a straight up nerf here. Thank God, it's way too strong. Took them years to do it. Flame Retry gives you more damage. It's going to be annoying for Hayabusas. They're going to get a lot. That's going to be noticeable, especially off the rip of the game. But it'll last shorter. Same with Bloody. It'll do more damage and last shorter. So it's a nerf to Bloody and or a buff to Bloody and Flame. Well, the Flame is kind of like a compensation. It also gets reduction, like its duration lowered. But Bloody is straight up just buff. And then just straight nerf to Ice. Revitalize gets a little bit of a nerf. That's to probably counteract a bit of tank cures running a Revitalize healing meta. You know, that's a 25% nerf to the 25%. Or 20%, sorry. So yeah, it'll be noticeable. Not insane, but noticeable. Endless Battle! So it gets removed 8% hybrid lifesteal, and when you trigger the effect, you just get a base amount of HP back. And you also get move speed. So this probably is going to heal a lot more. I could already tell that like hybrid lifesteal from Endless Battle is barely noticeable. So the fact that you just get like healing based off of your stats. But here's the point. You don't always trigger the passive because it has a cooldown. So you get quick bursts of healing whenever you trigger the passive, but if you were in a prolonged fight, you probably would prefer the hybrid region. So this benefits more to like ranged heroes compared to the melee heroes that would build this. Like Clint, for example, you'll be able to kite a lot faster with the 10% move speed bonus. And then you get the extra HP back. Who also build this Alucard, but like Alucard probably benefits the hybrid lifesteal more. I don't know. Endless Battle, I only really think of Clint that builds it. Maybe Alpha. Alpha does build it. It probably could go crazy on Alpha. You get that move speed to kite harder with if you have like War Axe, Brute Force Endless. That might be the new meta build. Who knows? Or like you always need Queen's Wings, but like War Axe, Queen's Wings Endless. That might go crazy. Starlium Scythe. This is gonna be a long video, man. There's so much changes. I love it though. I love having this many changes. The game needs to feel fresh. It hasn't gotten a big change in a long time. And this feels like it might be a big change. It's changing a lot within the game. So Starlium Scythe gets a price reduction. Its passive gets up to 1.5 to 5 second nerf. Are you crazy? This is like such a big nerf to Harith. Wow. But it's a big effect now where... Wait, that's just crazy. Do they not compensate at all? Is it just like that just ruins the item, no? Like okay, well, it's an insane slow, but like Harith will do so much less damage. like an incredibly less amount of damage. I thought the Starlium, that's like a big portion of his damage late game. I mean, the slow is crazy, don't get me wrong. This is probably going to be the new meta item on Mage's mid. I'm just thinking of how it affects Harith. Like, in terms of the pure DPS, it'll be definitely ruined, but Mage's mid lane are probably going to always build this item. I'm not going to lie. They're probably going to go glowing and Starlium now with this change. Because 40% reduction move speed is huge. That is huge. It's going to be really good for poking, really good for kiting, just support overall. Like, that's going to be the meta. I can already tell. That's a big change. Glowing Wand, Sea Howler, and Dominance. So the healing reduction effect goes from 50 to 40%. It's supposed to help the healer meta. Or just like overall, your healing does feel kind of useless when you get to the mid-late game. That's nice. Ares Belt gets a slight... What the hell does this change? So the price goes down. Oh, price goes down, HP goes down. Brute Force gets a little bit more expensive, gets a little bit more HP, and the resistance goes from 15 to 25%. Pretty good. Brute Force seems a lot more attractive of an item now. It doesn't give defense that much still, but you get a lot of HP. It'll be a better item for like alpha, and the other fighters as well. The resilience is really nice. Definitely like seems like an attractive item, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't give defense. Like, resilience does not matter if you just die. You'd rather be tanky and be CC'd for like an extra half a second longer. Queen's Wings gets a buff to HP, nerf to damage, and requires Ares Belt now. Small change. Twilight Armor, new passive. When incoming damage reduces below 30%, recover 20% max HP over the next 4 seconds. Oh, is this just like... Oh, it's not the old Bloodthirsty King passive, but like an elegant gem for tanks. I don't think it really makes it like a still attractive item, but it's just a bonus to building it. That's just a straight up big buff to it though. Just to get the new passive. Guardian Helmet 2500. Big buff to this item. It actually seems like a good last item for tanks now. Before it's like, build it if you want, but this seems like to be like a Holy Crystal BOD of tanks now. You get a shit ton of HP, and then yeah, you get regen. So that's pretty nice. I think that item did deserve a buff, honestly. A little more expensive. It's just there felt like no satisfying last item for tanks. That's pretty nice. Thunderbelt gives Mac. Okay, that's fine nerf. I think that's a good nerf. You scale anyway. You don't need to be stronger early game. So tough boots get reduced resilience, aligned with the resilience adjustments. I don't know what the adjustments are, but sure. Maybe I missed it. Rapid Boots gets half HP regen and costs 700. Pretty good actually. It just gets a straight up buff. It gets HP regen and 700. It's gonna help. Francos are gonna go crazy with this now because they're gonna get like regen from their passive plus like 12 HP regen, so they're gonna heal a lot faster. Dire Hit got a big buff to its cooldown. I don't think it's gonna make it good still, but a buff to its cooldown regardless. Favor. This is the healing thing, so it takes longer to cast. Immortality HP buff, just slightly. Rock Potion. It doesn't give CC duration reduction anymore. It just gives damage reduction. Interesting. It's fine. Rose Gold. It gets a nerf. So now there is no base shield. It is 120 plus hero level. This is a big nerf to early game first item Rose Gold. Instead of getting 800 shield at level 1, or level 1 building it, you probably get it around like level 4 or 5. Nah, I think. I don't really know what level you would get it. I mean, level 4 for like first turtle, maybe level 6, 7, you get this item. Maybe like 5, 6. So yeah, you'll realistically have like around 600, 720 like shield level around then. But now instead of being like, I don't know, I can't, I'm too tired to do math on this head. It goes from like around 900 or 600 around level 5, 6, but it'll probably scale to the end game to similar amounts. But it's a big nerf to first item Rose Gold, which I think is really good. Even after the nerf they gave before, it was still super strong. Magic Blade, same thing. Emblems. Fighter Emblem gets a buff straight up. That's nice. Weapon Master, I did not think needs a buff, but it got a buff. Festival of Blood got a buff as well. Just a big buff. Wow. Quantum Charge nerf and Fatal crit damage bonus nerfed. So yeah, Fighter Emblem, big, pretty sizable buffs. Festival of Blood as well. You combine them both, get a total of like, wow, 24%, up to 24%. Spellbound. So that will be quite noticeable. So Resilience Now reduces the duration of airborne, except for Saber and Kalea. Those airborne durations are closely tied to their skill mechanics. So Kalea has been performing a bit too well in the current patch, we're planning to tone her down. So that's probably going to be in the hero adjustments. This is going to be a long ass video. Jesus. Okay, new skill Bombardment. Every 3 seconds, the Lord locks into nearby enemies and deal extra damage. New special ability, Roaring Launch. Heroes near some Lord, key specific skill. I don't know. Can I like demonstrate this? Okay, so I'll show the Lord changes in game. Litho changes movement speed and granted bonus by continuous mana regen for the killer. During this time, heroes gain a passive to deflect nearby concealed enemy heroes. Stone roamers will no longer spawn. So the little crab after it dies doesn't spawn anymore, but you get a passive to detect nearby concealed heroes. So I guess you don't leave that ward anymore that walks around. You can just detect like Natalia's now, but like, or people in bushes. Oh, okay. I guess that's what it's for. If you walk next to a bush, you'll see them in the bush before you actually go inside it. Okay. So EXP Scavenger Crab just gives you damage reduction when your HP falls below 50%. And you get increased max shield. Oh, so it's a big actual incentive to get XP Crab. You become a lot tankier. That actually would be really good, getting that before Turtle, whether it's jungler or XP. Gold Crab, you get extra damage, attack speed, and movement speed when you fall below 50%. So new Lord special mechanics, where Lord has engaged in combat for all after spawning. It will enter a charged state after 10 seconds. Lord reveals the river area. Wait, they actually added this into the game? So Lord will actually go across to the other spawn now. Holy shit. That's gonna really, like... That's gonna be so interesting. It'll change the flow of the game, but that'll be really interesting. So you'll randomly see it. I don't know. I wonder what the exact time frame was engaged in combat after a while. Basically, like... This is to prevent teams from just being suffocated if nobody's hitting the Lord. I don't know if, like, hitting the Lord resets this cooldown. Maybe it doesn't. I would like it if hitting the Lord did not reset the cooldown, because what's going to happen in pro play is, like, people will keep hitting the Lord and just resetting it over and over. But if it doesn't reset, the time clock, or the clock countdown, whatever, doesn't reset even if you hit it, then that's really good, because what's going to change is people set up around the Lord and just wait for you to contest them. And what they'll do is they just wait for the opposite wave to push to where they get the Lord for free. But if it goes down on a countdown, regardless of whether you hit it or not, then it'll force them to rotate to the other side, and then it gives the losing team an opportunity to shove that wave out, and then it just inverts the waves. But it'll be quite interesting. I like that change. It sounds weird and freaky, but it's something different. Okay, okay. Now let's go to the game. Try out the...